Ekam is a movement in consciousness founded by Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji, spread across over 100 nations of the world. This spiritual movement has led millions to a direct experience of their personal divine and the manifestation of breathtaking miracles. Seekers throng to Ekam, the mystic powerhouse at the heart of Ekam movement, to awaken from illusion, ignorance, and suffering.
Now I have a lot of ease and peace toward myself, and I feel that I'm so complete, and I start love myself, and I start connect to the people around me, the nature around me, and I start realizing I'm able to flow with the flow of life.
It felt really liberating, like I finally got through what I was like, what was making me angry or sad at my parents. I finally got through it, and it feels really good.
As an entrepreneur, what I have been looking for, or what I look for all the time, is clarity. And what's amazing about Krishnaji is that when you listen to him and you talk to him, he's got a complete blueprint of what works and what does not work. And that's what I like about his programs, that they come from a place, a knowledge, a wisdom that is does not come from books. It comes from a deep knowing.
Every human being has one primal wish that appears as numerous other desires. You want to be happy. But it is sad that you seek this happiness in the outside without ever ridding your own consciousness of suffering, ignorance, and separation. Most people are like hungry and thirsty children who are lost and abandoned in the middle of a desert. It is this fear and unhappiness within them that makes them hurt each other. But their desert-like life is the result of the kind of consciousness with which they live and will disappear upon awakening. An unenlightened consciousness and unawakened consciousness is at the root of most problems. In an unawakened state, you continually engage in generating negative karmic actions and accumulate negative karmic balance, which result in obstacles such as relationship conflicts, breakdown of mental and physical health, or the perceived and actual economic insufficiency. It is also the collective unawakened consciousness that is at the root of most global problems of war, poverty, division, and environmental destruction. Your awakening is the only solution to stem the further birthing of problems and the dissolution of existing challenges. And the collective awakening of human consciousness is the only enduring panacea for all of world problems. That is why our single most important mission is individual enlightenment and collective awakening of humankind. We belong to Mukti Sampradaya, and it is our mission to awaken 74,000 people into Sampurna Jivan Muktas, or total liberated beings. For when 0.001% of human population is enlightened, the balance tilts in human consciousness towards compassion and oneness. This has been the mission of my parents, Sri Amma and Sri Bhagavan, and 5 generations of sages who have gone before them. And Sri Preethaji and I intend to fulfill this sacred mission of great liberation of humanity in our own lifetimes. Scores of people around you are already stepping into this realm of enlightenment, and we invite you to join this magnificent movement in consciousness.
I experience this flow now, and it's in my body, and it's so incredibly awesome. It's like this beautiful current of universal life force. That's who I really am. I'm so very appreciative of Krishnaji and Preethaji for the beautiful teachings, the processes, and the limitless field meditations. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And suffering, I thought it will bring me attention from other people. Yeah, and now I understood that it's not about the attention, it's not about the superiority, it's all about the connection and this state which helps you to connect to the people that I was totally disconnected. I'm really appreciated for this. Thank you so much.
Every night now I am laying in a state of bliss consciousness that pervades my whole physical being. All through the evening I have deep states of silence that abide during the day. It's not like just having this and then it's stopping.
Shatamanam bhavati shatayu purusha shatindriya ayusha vindriya pratithishtati. Shatamalam bhavati Shatayu Purusha Shatindriya Ayusha Vindri Pratitistati 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 Shatayu Purusha Shatindriya Ayusha Vindri Pratitistati Shatamalam bhavati Shatayu Purusha Shatindriya Ayusha Vindri pratittishtati. Shatamalam bhavati shatayu purusha shatindriya ayushya vindriya pratittishtati. Shatamalam bhavati shatayu purusha shatindriya ayushya vindriya pratittishtati. Shatamalam bhavati shatayu purusha shatindriya ayushya vindriya pratittishtati. 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 Pratittishtati.
Yashasvi bhava. Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji are spiritual leaders, mystics, and philosophers of our time. They have co-created Ekam, a mystic powerhouse located in the state of Andhra Pradesh, India. Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji have over 2,000 trained volunteers who lead their events all over the world. Millions of seekers are drawn to them in quest of greater purpose, peace, and awakening. World-renowned leaders come to Ekam to learn from them and to meditate in their presence. At a tender age of 11, Sri Krishnaji had his first experience of enlightenment and God realization. Ever since then, when people meditate with him, they experience a healing of long-held wounds, their anxiety dissolves, and they move into higher states of consciousness. Sri Preethaji's presence spontaneously opens the hearts of seekers to love and compassion beyond measure. To listen and to learn from her is a blessing of several lifetimes. Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji run a huge charitable initiative, Oneness Changemakers, a foundation that offers free transformational education in schools and colleges in India and across the world. They support their daughter Loka in running her massive charity, Loka Foundation, which supports and improves the lives of people in 1,000 villages around Ekam.
Namaste. Welcome to the second annual World Oneness Day celebrations. We have gathered here to celebrate oneness, that we are one humanity, that we are one with all living beings on this planet, and that we are one with Mother Earth. In times like this, when we witness immense pain and destruction in the world, caused by wars and conflicts, it is of great significance that we each realize our oneness with the rest of us. And from that realization, we each do our part to contribute to oneness in the world. Hence, we are here together celebrating the World Oneness Day. Are we all ready to move into the celebration? We will now watch Moksha perform the inaugural dance. Moksha is 6 years old, and she would be performing the traditional Indian dance, Bharatnatyam. Bharatnatyam is the oldest classical dance that originated in India almost 2000 years ago. Moksha is a member of Loka Foundation, and one of the visions of Loka Foundation is to revive ancient Indian art and culture. Let us welcome Moksha to perform her dance and fill our hearts with joy.
Tam tatum tatum karata targetum tam tatum tatum karata targetum tam karata targetum ta jam jam targetum ta jam ta diginatum ta jam ta dinginatum ta jam ta ding karata targetum ta diginatum
Thank you so much, Moksha. That was very beautiful. We will now listen to a very special song rendering by Enzo's Cosmic Band, together with Novel Charis. They call it the Oneness Anthem. Novel is a Grammy winner, singer, songwriter, and pianist who has sold more than 25 million records. Enzo Buono has been producing music for Playing for Change for several years with a dream to inspire, connect, and bring peace to the world through music. He now heads the Cosmic Band. So let us now join our voices to sing the Oneness Anthem along with the Cosmic Band. Let us be united in the spirit of oneness. Hamsa Soham Ekam. I am you. You are me. We are one.
Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam. I am you and you are me. We're the water and the trees. Hare, Hare, Hare. We're the sunshine in the sky, the creation and the life, all together as one. Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham Ekam, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham, Hamsa Soham
It is now time for all of us to enter Ekam Sanctum. Shall we?
A very warm welcome to the World Oneness Day.
Sejam muito bem-vindos no Dia Mundial da Unidade.
नमस्कार, वर्ल्ड वननेस डेला तुमचं स्वागत आहे.
Susswagatam. Добро пожаловать на День Единства.
Benvenuti a tutti al Festivale dell'Unità.
Bem-vindo ao Festival da Unidade.
Namaste, welcome to World Oneness Day.
Namaste. Faqiblaga Ekam. Dunya bsoksh zaqat ma'fum.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bienvenidos al Día Mundial de la Unidad.
Namaste. Welcome to the World Oneness Day.
Namaste.
We will now invite Sri Krishnaji into Ekam Sanctum. We will perform a ceremonious welcome in accordance with ancient traditions by offering the Purna Kumbham, or the sacred pot that is considered as a symbol of abundance and source of life in the Vedas. Shri Krishnaji would bless the Purna Kumbham and preside over today's celebration.
प्रातरिन्द्रं हवामहे प्रातर्मित्रावरुणा प्रातरश्विना प्रातर्भगं पोषणं ब्रह्मणस्पतिं प्रातः सोमामुतरुद्रं होवेम प्रातर्जितं भगमुग्रं होवेम वयं पुत्रमदितेर्यो विधत्ता आध्रश्चिद्यं मन्यमानस्तुरश्चिद्राजा आदित्यं भगं भक्षेत्याः भगप्रणेतर्भगसत्याराधो भगे मां धियमुदवाददन्नः भगप्रणो जनयगोभिरश्वेर्भगप्रणभिर्नवन्तस्याम उदेदानीं भगवन्तस्यावोतप्रवित्वमुतमध्ये अन्नाः उदोदीतामघवन् सूर्यस्य वयं देवानां सुमदोऽस्याम भग एव भगवान् अस्तु देवास्तेन वयं भगवन्तस्याम तन्त्वा भग सर्वगिज्जो हवीमि सनो भगपुरहेता भवेह समध्वरायोषसो नमन्तदधिक्रावे वजुषाये पदाय अर्वादीनं सुभितं भगन्नो रथमिवाश्वावाजिन आवाहन्तो अश्वावतीर्यो माधीर्नवुषासो वीरवाती सदा मुच्छन्तु भद्राः सुतं दुहाना विश्वतः प्रवेतायूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः स्वदानः अवैतु मृत्युरमुदन्न आगन्मैव सुतो नो अभयं कृणोतु वर्णं वनस्पतेरिवाभिनश्यीयतागं प्रयः सजतान्नश्यति पतिः परं मृत्यो अनपरे हि पन्थायस्ते स्वैतलो देवयानात् चक्षुष्पते षण्वदेते ब्रवीविमानः प्रजागं वेरिशो.
Our preparation for the World Oneness Day celebration began from February 13th when Shri Preethaji and Shri Krishnaji entered Mahadhyana, which involved performing intense austerities and meditations for bringing about an awakening in human collective consciousness. Several thousands of you across the world had joined Shri Preethaji and Shri Krishnaji with your dhyana or meditation to contribute today for humanity's awakening. We will now enter the sacred Dhara ceremony, where Shri Krishnaji, on behalf of Shri Preethaji also, will be offering the fruits of their Mahadhyana to the noble cause of world oneness. As we perform the ceremony, you too may internally pray that the fruits of your dhyana, the 108 chants of Ekam mantra, be offered to the cause of humanity's awakening. By contributing to world oneness today, you are drawing great good karma for you, your family, and for several generations to come.
हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेमबीजं विभावसोः अनन्तपुण्यफलदम् अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे अद्य कृत प्रपञ्च एकत्वमहातपोफलधार सम्पूर्णसाङ्गफलसिद्ध्यर्थं मन्त्रजपसाद्गुण्यम् एकत्वार्थं जीवन्मुक्त्यार्थं लोककल्याणार्थं यत्किञ्चित् हिरण्यं सम्प्रददे नमः नमः ॐ हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेमबीजं विभावसोः अनन्तपुण्यफलदम् अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे अद्य कृत प्रपञ्च एकत्वमहातपोफलधार सम्पूर्णसाङ्गफलसिद्ध्यर्थं मन्त्रजपसाद्गुण्यम् एकत्वार्थं जीवन्मुक्त्यार्थं लोककल्याणार्थं यत्किञ्चित् हिरण्यं सम्प्रददे नमः नमः ॐ हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेमबीजं विभावसोः अनन्तपुण्यफलदम् अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे अद्य कृत प्रपञ्च एकत्वमहातपोफलधार सम्पूर्णसाङ्गफलसिद्ध्यर्थं मन्त्रजपसाद्गुण्यम् एकत्वार्थं जीवन्मुक्त्यार्थं लोककल्याणार्थं यत्किञ्चित् हिरण्यं सम्प्रददे नमः नमः ॐ हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेमबीजं विभावसोः अनन्तपुण्यफलदम् अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे अद्य कृत प्रपञ्च एकत्वमहातपोफलधार सम्पूर्णसाङ्गफलसिद्ध्यर्थं मन्त्रजपसाद्गुण्यम् एकत्वार्थं जीवन्मुक्त्यार्थं लोककल्याणार्थं यत्किञ्चित् हिरण्यं सम्प्रददे नमः नमः
Namaste. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you here, present here at Ekam, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who have joined us online from various parts of the world. A very warm welcome to the second annual World Oneness Day. Today is my father's, Sri Bhagwan's, birthday. So, wishing him a very happy birthday. And Sri Bhagwan is the founder and the originator of the oneness movement and the oneness idea. It is with deep gratitude that Sri Preethaji, Loka and I, all of us have decided to make World Oneness Day as the day for his birthday. So in some time, both Sri Amma and Sri Bhagwan will be joining us, and will be blessing us. And after the blessings, we will move into the World Oneness Day.
You may close your eyes if you choose to, and breathe into your heart center. Let us receive blessings from Sri Amma and Sri Bhagavan for our consciousness to awaken to oneness, and for each of us to become sacred conduits for world oneness to happen. you may gently open your eyes.
The vision of World Oneness Day is to establish oneness in this world. It is to establish a world that is free of division and free of separation. A state of oneness means a state of deep compassion. A state of oneness means a state where you can feel the other. You can feel your family members, you can feel your friends, you can feel your colleagues, you can feel nature, animals, and Mother Earth. A state of oneness means a state where you are deeply connected. A state of oneness means it is to awaken to this powerful strength within us, which is compassion. To feel compassion for another. Why do we need oneness? We need oneness because there is no compassion today in the world. For us to understand this better, let us look at our current situation. When I mean our current situation, the world situation. It's been hardly 2 years since COVID began. It's been very tough times for humanity. Many of you have lost your dear ones. Many of you have fallen sick. Many of you have had health problems, financial problems, relationship problems. Entire lifestyle has changed. You cannot travel, always need to wear a mask, suffocated. Everything has changed. Our perspective about life has changed. Our perspective about our health has changed. There is a lot more awareness on health. Our perspective about relationships has changed. We are valuing relationships a lot more. Our perspective about wealth has changed. Our perspective about how we work has changed. How we travel has changed. Everything is changing at a rapid pace. And slowly but surely, humanity is coming out of this crisis. We are crawling, and carefully we are coming out. As we are coming out of this crisis, we seem to be entering yet another crisis. A crisis brought by war. All of us know that Russia and Ukraine are at war. Do you all know that there are over 50 conflicts and wars happening in the world right now in various parts of the world? And why does one fight? Why does one want war? One fights when one's survival is threatened. And why do you feel threatened? Why does one feel threatened? You feel threatened when you feel you are separate from the other. When you feel you are different from another. When you feel you are different from another, there is fear in you. And that fear can trigger violence. And when a nation feels threatened, the first choice it makes is to go to war. Now, is war a real solution? If we have to find out if war is a real solution, then we need to reflect back on history. If you look at our history, human beings have fought probably more than 50,000 wars, not one or two. And if war is the solution for our problems, then with one war, all problems must have disappeared. But has that happened? No, it has not happened. We clearly see that every war leads to more wars, more conflict, because people in war are hurt both emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And if this hurt is not resolved, you will perpetuate more hate and more war. You know, there are enough studies to show today that people who live in war zones or who have lived in war zones have been severely damaged both physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Children who have lived in war zones and who have witnessed war, there is enough study to show that they accumulate what is called as stress toxins in their body. And this stress toxins weaken their immunity, damages their mind, damages their brain, damages their health, and damages them emotionally. And studies have found that kids who are growing up in war zones, as they become adults, they can either become fearful, lonely, and depressed, or they can become very aggressive, angry, and hateful. These are the two ways in which they grow up. Do we want this? Do we want this for our children and for our grandchildren who have not made any mistake? It's not their mistake. They are innocent, but they carry the fruit of what happens today. They reap the fruit of all the wars, all the impact of war, conflicts, and everything. And what happens when a child grows into an adult and that adult is very angry, very aggressive, very hateful? What will that person do? He or she will go for more conflict and more wars. It is also proven today that epigenetically, for 3 generations, that is, if you were in a war zone and you went through severe emotional and mental stress and trauma, you will transfer that stress and that trauma to the next 3 generations. Your children, their children, and their children. And that is why we should not have wars. And that is why wars continue in the future. Because children are deeply impacted. So what is the solution then? Both Sri Preethaji and I strongly believe that the solution is internal. For all problems, the first step to solution is within us. It is not external, but it is internal. And what does that internal state mean? It means a state of oneness. It is an enlightened state. It is a state where there is deep compassion for another. If you really have compassion for another, will you ever hurt the other? No, you will never. You will not hurt your family. You will not hurt your friends. You will not hurt animals. You will not hurt nature. You will not hurt Mother Earth. Once you awaken to that deep state of compassion and connectedness, how will you hurt? You will not. And that is the solution. That is the solution for all our problems. We have to move internal, and once we find that peace and calm within us, once we get to that space of compassion within us, then our perspective about the problem will change. Then our actions and solutions towards the problem will change. It will be right action. It will be an extraordinary action because it is coming from an enlightened state. And it is for this purpose. It is to end human suffering. It is to end the pain that humanity is going through. And it is to end the future suffering and future pain that humanity will go through. It is to end that each and every one of you are here participating in World Oneness Day to impact the human collective consciousness. Today, as you move into the meditation, as you receive the Diksha from Sri Preethaji and me, each and every one of you will awaken to compassion and the state of oneness, where there is no separation, where there is no division, where there is only oneness, which means we are all one. And as you awaken to that state, you, all of you out there, will give your Diksha to the world to awaken humanity to compassion and oneness. Namaste.
Do you think oneness in the world is necessary now more than ever? Let us listen to what oneness enthusiasts from many parts of the world feel about it.
The world today is divided in its thinking and its approach to society's problems.
Every day, we are creating reasons to fight each other. If there's a war happening at the other end of the world, does that mean I'm not impacted by it? It's time I realized that this entire planet is my home.
The time, energy, and money spent on weapons to destroy each other could better be invested in united humanity.
In these crucial times, it is more important than ever to awaken to our oneness with Great Mother Earth. We wouldn't do damage to ourselves, and if we realize and awaken to the truth that we are one with this earth, we would never hurt her.
The environmental crisis happening in the world today, I see now more than ever, it is so incredibly important that I move into a state of oneness.
We need to let go of hatred in general, and I think that we need to understand that how much love you have for those around you and for how much love you have for yourself.
I think oneness is most necessary today. Humans have forgotten what it is to be humans. We have forgotten what compassion is, we have forgotten what connection is, and we are living in such disconnected and dangerous suffering states that we are causing harm to ourselves and everybody else around us.
I believe that oneness is necessary now more than ever, as the power to heal the traumas, separation, and stresses of society.
We need to live peacefully. We need to live as one nation, as one.
I believe that only when each of us will awaken to oneness, we will be truly able to become harmless human beings for the planet.
And we can all be kinder to each other and all the other species.
All the right answers and actions can only be achieved when they are done from that state of oneness consciousness. That's the only answer.
I believe if people can achieve world oneness together, they will be united and will seek to help each other and support each other.
We can contribute and live a beautiful world if we bring attention to our state and really start to open our hearts and feel compassion.
This is why oneness is more important than ever.
welcome you all to the World Oneness Day. Today is a sacred day where we unite as one race, one being, with our hearts beating as one, to bring a decisive end to all forms of division that is there in the world. Today is a sacred day where we set aside our self-centered needs. We expand ourselves to feel the larger world. In the next few minutes, you will be giving Diksha to the people of the world. Let me tell you what this means. Diksha is a sacred phenomenon where every human being becomes a sacred conduit for the divine to flow through them into the world. As you give Diksha to all your fellow human beings today, I want you to know that you're doing a great act of seva. Seva in Sanskrit means there is no me, there is only the other. Today, you will give Diksha to humanity for all the division in the world to cease and for oneness to be established in the world. In such a world, you will see people being more compassionate, caring, inclusive of others' well-being. You will see a world where people live fearlessly, pursuing what they are passionate about and living meaningful lives. You will see wars and conflicts reduce. You will see people are focusing their energies on higher advancements and greater purpose. You will see people thriving in communities, being connected to one another and being connected to nature. For such a world to emerge, Sri Krishnaji and I believe every one of you has to become enlightened. Enlightenment is where the painful, destructive samskaras or the negative impressions from various life experiences would be dissolved in the fire of spiritual wisdom and awakening. Samskaras, those impressions, flow into you from several life experiences. Your samskaras in this lifetime begin to accumulate from that moment you're conceived. These samskaras, these impressions become your deep undercurrents of your life, and they drive you into painful emotional states. They perpetuate more anger, more fear, more violence, and more sadness within you. But do you think this is the first time when you feel anger and frustration within? No. For several lifetimes you've lived in sadness. For several lifetimes you've been angry. You felt frustrated. You felt lonely. You felt hurt. You wanted to take revenge upon all those who hurt you. For several lifetimes, it is the same experiences that have been repeating. And this is what we call as vasana, that is, impressions from the previous lifetimes. These vasanas become mystical knots in your energy body, control your thinking, control your choices. They control your behavior. They control your destiny. When you become enlightened, your inner spiritual fire becomes kindled. It burns away all the samskaras. It burns away all the vasanas. which are the source of several states of suffering within you. You will become free of lifetimes of ignorance and darkness. When you become enlightened, you awaken to the dimension of the sacred, the divine. You realize you are a part of the divine. You realize the divine is a part of you. You experience God consciousness. Sri Krishnaji and I envision creating such enlightened beings who are established in compassion and oneness. Imagine yourself living and functioning from this state. Imagine your parents, your children, your sibling, your life partners living together, feeling one, feeling great love, feeling great compassion towards one another. Imagine our leaders leading from this state of compassion. Imagine our teachers, our politicians, entrepreneurs, policymakers, everyone living and functioning from great compassion and oneness. Imagine all human beings feeling the earth as their mother, feeling deep connection and sacredness towards her, wanting to protect her and wanting to save her from this state of oneness. How would it feel for you to be part of such a world? Is this not your dream? Is this not your aspiration? Being a part of a better world and leaving behind a more beautiful world for our children and their children. Where do we begin? Science is slowly uncovering the deeply buried secrets of nature, something that our ancients had known for a very long time. One of its secrets is the interconnectedness of all things. Everything in this universe is connected to everything else. Every member of a species is connected to every other member. Your connection with human beings, with the other human beings, is not limited to your birth. It's not limited to your lineage. Today, science is postulating this possibility that all of us are connected by a field. Anything any one member experiences or learns becomes a memory in this field. The more people who have the same experience or transformation, the others tune into it spontaneously. And over time, the pace at which this transformation or the new experience is passed on to the other members, it becomes accelerated. The new experience or transformation resonates through time and space to all other members. When a critical mass of people or members have that experience, there is suddenly an exponential growth, and almost the entire group has the same experience of transformation. They have it in an instance. Sri Amma and Sri Bhagwan and Sri Krishnaji and I, we believe that a critical mass of 0.001% of humanity has to powerfully awaken to a state of oneness in their hearts. And then this transformation would impact the collective and would bring about huge shifts in the way we as humans live and function. Every one of us would contribute to rebuilding this planet that is broken, that is torn into pieces. Rebuild it into being a beautiful home for life here. Towards this vision of establishing oneness in the world, we celebrate the World Oneness Day. Let us now move into Diksha. Sri Krishnaji and I will be giving you Diksha for an experience of oneness, where all thinking that makes you feel separate from everyone, that makes you feel separate from everything around you, that thinking dissolves. And you feel you are one with all people in the room. You are one with all people who are living on this planet. One with all living beings in the world. And one with Mother Earth.
Let us now move into Diksha. You may gently close your eyes. Sit in a sacred posture. And please hold your spine erect. Hold your awareness upon the crown of your head. As the sacred Diksha energies from Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji will flow into you now as a state of compassion and oneness. You may gently open your eyes now.
The state of oneness that you receive now, it will continue to unfold in you even as you give the Diksha to humanity. You will now do parikrama pranayama, cyclical breathing, where you will inhale and exhale without any pause in between. After exhalation, you will inhale immediately without a pause. After inhalation, you will exhale immediately without a pause. Let your breathing be in continuous cycles without any break. Close your eyes now. Hold your awareness at the crown of your head. With intensity, do the cyclical breathing, parikrama pranayama. Begin now. Relax and breathe normally now. Now is the sacred moment when the transcendental dimension would open up. The Diksha power will flow into every one of you. wherever you may be, to infuse the human collective consciousness with a state of oneness. Invoke the divine energies of the universe to flow into you through the spiritual opening on top of your head, your Brahmarandra. And let the Diksha power flow into your heart chakra, your Anahata. Now see and feel the Diksha energies flow powerfully from your heart to all your family members, your friends, and your community. Feel them experience peace, harmony, and oneness. see and feel humanity. Let the divine Diksha power flow from your heart into all of them. Let it fill the collective human consciousness with a state of oneness. See Mother Earth in front of you. Feel as if you're holding Mother Earth in your arms. Let the divine Diksha flow from your heart to her and to all living beings that live on her.
Mangalam Udakamangalam Agnimangalam Vayumangalam Gaganamangalam Suryamangalam Chandramangalam Dehamangalam Manomangalam Jivamangalam Atmamangalam Devamangalam Jagatmangalam Sarvamangalam Sarvamangalam Bhavatu Sarvamangalam Bhavatu सर्वमङ्गलं भवतु।
Let us now hold a special intention for peace in Ukraine and Russia, and for peace to prevail in the world. Let the divine Diksha power flow from your heart, flow to everyone who is suffering due to this current crisis that is happening in the world. You may gently open your eyes.
All of us together have created a world oneness wave in humanity's consciousness. This oneness wave will manifest itself as fewer problems in the world, for conflicts to end, for wars to end, for suffering and pain to end, and for people to have more abundance in every form, be it their health, be it their wealth, be it knowledge, be it the relationships. In every form, it will manifest itself as abundance. And ultimately, it will push each and everybody towards enlightenment and towards the state of oneness. Thank you all very much, all of you present here in Ekam, and all of you who have joined us from across the world, from various different countries. To all of you, thank you very much, and we will meet again soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, and love to each and every one of you, and blessings to each and every one of you.
Namaste.
To continue your journey with Sri Preethaji and Sri Krishnaji, join Manifest, a 3-hour virtual live journey with Sri Preethaji. It is a powerful mystic process that happens on the second Sunday of every month. At Manifest, along with learning to live in a magnificent inner state, you also manifest great gifts in life. You manifest every form of abundance in life. On the third Sunday of every month, you may participate in the Global Limitless Field with Sri Krishnaji, which is a 1-hour virtual live event. Sri Krishnaji's wisdom and presence will transport you beyond your mind into the realm of the transcendental. You will receive immense blessings in the limitless field to fulfill your heartfelt intentions and to create a great future. We wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our supporters, to our family of Ekam Mitras, Ekam Diksha givers, Oneness meditators, and all our media partners. It was wonderful to have you all with us on this very special day. Wishing every one of you, peace and blessings. Namaste.
Hopsa, Soham, Ekam.
Todos juntos.
Holding hands with a joyful song in our hearts, a peaceful embrace.
No hay nada que decir, yo sigo andando.
It blows my mind, this wide open ocean of light, surrounded by grace. Kotoba mo naku, tadoritsuku.
我是你，你是我，
insieme così. Io sono te e
你是我，所有人一起，所有人一起。
nothing to say. We're on our way. I am you, you are me, all together as one. I am you, you are me, all together, all together. Holding hands with a joyful song in our hearts, a peaceful embrace. There is nothing to say, we're on our way. It blows my mind, this wide open ocean of light, surrounded by grace. There is nothing to say, we found our place. I am you, you are me, all together as one. I am you, you are me, all together, all together.
sigo andando.